For congressional reaction, let's bring in House Intelligence Committee Chairman and Arkansas Republican Congressman Rick Crawford. Congressman, welcome.
Hi.
What is your reaction to this precision operation to remove a dictator from Venezuela and his wife and to bring them here to the U.S. for criminal prosecution?
Well, you said it right there, criminal prosecution. That's really the driving force here. But look, I think what these folks need to understand is we've got a president here that's not screwing around. And I've been watching and for almost my entire time in Congress and waiting for some leadership in the Western Hemisphere. And by gosh, we have it now with President Trump. This is exactly what the Western Hemisphere neighborhood needs. This is what it's going to take to secure the Western Hemisphere. And this is what it's going to take to make America great again, because you can't do it with you can't be the best house in a bad neighborhood. You need to secure the neighborhood.
Pretty clear the commander-in-chief is working with his team trying to figure out next steps to get a proper government in place in Venezuela. Do you have concerns about this transition?
Well, I think that's just it. It is a transition. We're going to have to wait and see what happens here. But in the immediate aftermath, I think there are a lot of things that are being considered. But, you know, nobody's talked to the Venezuelans about this. And what we have seen is in South Florida, where we're seeing Venezuelan expats who are celebrating this. And that is good news. If that is reflective of, the sentiment in Venezuela, then that's good. And we would probably be in a good position to be able to facilitate a peaceful transition here and put a genuinely, rightfully elected individual to lead the country of Venezuela. And what we know about Venezuela is it's one of the most mineral-rich countries on the planet, and it has devolved into essentially, political thunderdome, repression of its people, facilitating cartels, things of this nature. And President Trump says, we're going to fix that. And that is part and parcel of fixing the Western Hemisphere and his leadership to do that.
Mr. Chairman, I want to play a clip from President Trump, and I will get you to react to it.
We're going to run the country until such time as we can do a safe, proper, and judicious transition. So we don't want to be involved with having somebody else get in, and we have the same situation that we had for the last long period of years. So we are going to run the country until such time as we can do a safe, proper, and judicious transition.
When you get briefed by Trump administration officials, presumably in the coming days, will that be among the questions in terms of how do you do the transition, and is there a timeline for that transition?
Safe, proper, and judicious. And I think those are the key words there. And I think it's important to note that if we just do a smash and grab and leave, we haven't done anything to help the Venezuelan people. What we need to do is make sure that Venezuela is in the appropriate hands, and so they can engage in self-determination. I think that's what the end game is here for the president.
And the commander-in-chief made it pretty clear that for those Venezuelans still there who may be thinking about taking over or still in senior government positions, that he would not hesitate to go back in if necessary. What about that?
Yeah, I think anybody who's not taking him seriously does so at their own peril. He means what he says what he means, and I think that has been displayed here in this particular instance, and we've seen it elsewhere around the world, but in this particular instance, I think he gave Maduro every opportunity to do the right thing. Maduro chose the hard way out, and he got it.
Mr. Chairman, obviously you have an intelligence portfolio. What about the careful cooperation between intelligence professionals on the ground and our special ops going in and doing this precision mission with barely a scratch coming out?
Yeah, I think what that is a testament to the professionalism of these individuals. This was a DOJ operation as we are basically serving a warrant, taking an individual into custody, a fugitive from law. There was a sealed indictment against Maduro's wife that most American people didn't realize. So she's also in custody. So hats off to everybody involved, from our federal law enforcement to our military, to our intelligence community that helped provide the accurate picture of when and where this strike could be executed. It was done with great precision and reflects great credit upon them and the individuals and the agencies that they work for.
Do you believe the American people will be supportive of this operation, particularly as this case against Maduro and his wife plays out in federal court in New York City?
I think what we'll see as this case is adjudicated, as you indicated, I think that we're going to see more and more facts come to light that will probably not look good for Maduro, but maybe look better for the United States and indicate that the president was right in bringing him to justice. He has provided a safe operating space for cartels that have really been responsible for hundreds of thousands of deaths in the United States over a period of years. And so I think the action was appropriate. And I think what's coming is probably good for the Venezuelan people. I think they want to see liberty and self-determination in what once was a great country and can be again.
15 seconds. Is America safer today, sir?
Absolutely it is. And I tell you, America is safer today because we have a president that cares enough to engage in these kinds of operations to protect the American people and our neighborhood.
Chairman Rick Crawford,